and welcome to a new video. Today I will be talking about Captain America Civil War movie, and also you have the bunny here. This is with spoilers. If you want to see the spoiler-free review or Bunny Girl thoughts, go and watch that first if you haven't seen the movie. But if you have seen the movie, then yeah, it's fine to have spoilers, so stay tuned. So when it comes to this movie, it's very important that you have seen first Age of Ultron, that's Avengers Age of Ultron, and also it's very important to watch Captain America the Winter Soldier one, because you have the story of Bucky, and also you have characters like Falcon, you have characters like Scarlet Witch in Ultron, and you really need to know where these characters comes from, because this movie is more serious than any of other movies that are Marvel movies. That's my personal thought, that's what I think, and of course everything that I will say today is my own opinion, so please respect it. If you don't agree with it, leave your comments and tell me why, and we can have like this kind of discussion, and everything you say is welcome. If I say that I hated this, I like this, it doesn't mean that I hate everything about it or I like everything, and I'm not biased at all. And I'm wearing like Superman vs Batman t-shirt doing a DC t-shirt doing a Marvel review. So don't tell me that I am a Marvel girl. I am a fantasy girl. I like everything. So let's continue now. As I said, at the start of the movie you have the Avengers doing their own thing. They are fighting Crossbones and you see them in action as always. Amazing scenes, amazing action sequences, and everything you'll chill and relax. We have it like all entertainment like until Crossbones appears and Captain America is in front of him and he's like, "You're done, I will arrest you now." But Crossbone has actually a bomb in his hand and he's saying, "No, I'm gonna die and I'm taking you with me." And then like he's only having his shield. Captain has his shield, and of course his shield protects him from many things, and also he fights with his shield, but it can't protect him from that bomb. So he's about to explode and Captain America is looking at Crossbone and he's like, "Oh damn, I'm dead, I'm so dead." But of course he's not. You see like Crossbone actually doing it and exploding himself, but it's only like in a circle, and you are like, who's containing that bomb? And of course we have the badass Scarlet Witch behind Captain America that is doing these kind of things and her own magic, her own thing, and she is actually containing Crossbone, but she can't hold the power of the bomb, so she actually flew him in the air, but she didn't manage to fly him really far away, so he actually detonates and explodes on a floor in a building that was full of innocent people. I will not tell you everything in details that is happening, but this short sequence is very important because Scarlet Witch actually killed innocent people at that moment. After it was all like entertaining and fun to watch, now it became so much serious and everyone got shocked by that. So basically, that's the start, that's the very important thing, that's the one thing that changed everything about the Avenger team, because the government decided to actually take action and change that. What happened is that now finally we are dealing with the issue that I've been asking myself a lot watching all the hero movies. A lot of civilians die doing these heroic things while the heroes are dealing with the villains, a lot of bombs, a lot of power exploding everywhere, and you see innocent people running and screaming on the street and some of them dying. You don't see blood, you don't see anything like that, you don't see dead people, but of course there will be dead people, there are dead people in these incidents. And I was always asking myself, why no one is mentioning these people? Of course, you always have the heroes saying something like, "Oh, I feel sorry about all the people that died," and then another hero says, "Well, you have to kill a few for the many or for the greater good," or something like that. And you're like, yeah, they are right, these innocent people that had no idea what was coming, they died for a good cause, and hopefully they knew that. So basically this time we have the government saying, enough is enough. You always do so much more damage than good, and this time we will be in control and we will have you, or we will permit you to do what we want you to do, and we think we can do better than you do. So basically in this moment you have the Avenger team teaming up and you have them at a meeting, and the government is actually saying that they will be contained, they will be restricted, and there will no more be of the Avenger team like it was before. So, 170 countries actually meet at a conference and they are dealing with the issue. Wakanda's king and his son are there as well. And then we meet Bucky again. Bucky is full of vengeance, Bucky is full of hatred, and we know why, because he is mind controlled. So he comes and he explodes the building and Wakanda's king die, and in his arm, his son is holding him in his arm, and he says, the Wakanda king says, we have to actually restrict these people are terrorists. So Wakanda's son becomes the king, and he is actually Black Panther. So he wants to kill Bucky and he wants to get vengeance, and that's where Black Panther's story comes from in this movie. And I'm going into details a lot. Okay, next scene is where Team Captain America and Team Iron Man divide. So Iron Man wants to be actually a part of the government because he lost his parents and he thinks that Bucky is a bad guy and people like him should be actually controlled, while Captain America believes in his best friend and he knows that he was mind controlled and the whole soldier thing, and he actually wants to save him. So we have these two, and he actually doesn't agree with the government decision because he thinks that the government will control them in the worst way possible, because they want to do one thing but the government will say no, do another thing, and they will actually have them as a power, and they will not actually do the greater good, or they will not have any decisions to make. They will not be able to say no to any of this, because Captain America actually asked, what if I say no? What if I don't want to do it? And he said, you will have to or you will retire. So basically he can't use his powers until he actually agrees on doing it. That's where the teams are made, because Captain America is actually deciding to go on his own, and now he is a fugitive, he is a terrorist, and everyone who teams up with him is also a fugitive, a terrorist who needs to be caught and restricted. The next scene is the most important scene, and I will be very fast, but this is the most important scene and this is the best scene ever. It's at the airport. It's the airport scene where we have these lined teams and they are actually fighting, and we have the crossover. Before we do that, we have the team actually assembling every and each team. Iron Man takes Spidey, and we have the scene with Spidey and Aunt May. And Spidey is actually this teenager that is very cool, and I like his character. He's a nerdy, geeky guy who, when he meets Iron Man, he's like a fanboy. Oh my god, Iron Man is in my home, and I'm so excited to see Iron Man. And then he didn't know why Iron Man was there, and Iron Man said, I know you are Spidey. And he's like, who? Me? No, I'm not Spider-Man, or something like that. I don't remember, but I think Iron Man called him Spider-Boy, and he said like, no, I'm Spider-Man or something. But he's not Spider-Man just yet, he's just a teenager. And he acts like a fanboy towards all the characters, to all the heroes when he meets them. Like, oh my god, you're Captain America, oh my god, you're this, you're that guy. Or if he doesn't know, who are you, or something. And he talks a lot. Spidey talks a lot, and that's him, he's the funny guy. He always talks a lot. And Bucky was like, when they were fighting at this airport scene, Bucky was like, dude, you know that we don't usually talk that much when fighting. And he said, well, I'm an unusual character, I like to talk and comment everything. And that made the movie even funnier and more entertaining. So of course, the airport scene was one of the most favorite scenes in the movie for me, in my opinion. For example, Ant-Man is a character that can really be small, but he also can be really, really big, which we didn't see before. And he's like so big and moving slowly during the fight, and the whole fight sequences are so much entertaining, so much unique. It's like you have never seen them fighting before. It's like a choreography. Everything is new, everything you see for the first time. How they come up with all these ideas, all these fighting scenes, counter attacks, dodging, and things like that, I can't even imagine it, because it's so much entertaining. Marvel is the best. And it was really funny when Ant-Man was like holding, I don't know which superhero he was holding, but he was like that scene was my favorite scene. One thing that I haven't mentioned is that Scarlet Witch was feeling really, really bad for killing all those innocent people, and she didn't want to be a part of the team. She didn't want to be a part of Team Captain America, but by the end she became part of the team, and she had actually a crossover with Vision. I feel so sorry for Vision because she controlled his mind, she controlled the crystal on his head, and he couldn't do anything about it. She's so badass. She's one of the strongest characters in this movie, honestly. I think she would be able to control everyone, but of course her power is timely restricted, so she can take a lot of power, but it's actually consuming her as well, so she can't last forever, and one moment of weakness means that she's down and she's gone. As we know, Iron Man actually lost his parents, and he did remind us about that in this movie as well, but this time he actually talked about it more. He talked about how he feels really bad that he didn't say goodbye to his mother and father before the accident, before the crash accident they had and died in. But what he didn't know is that someone killed his parents, and that someone was Bucky, and he didn't know that until the end of the movie. In the airport scene, only Bucky and Captain America escape in a Quinjet, and they go to a place where the Winter Soldier program was held. We have actually Hydra there, we have Zemo there, and what he wants is that all these superheroes needs to have vengeance and kill each other, to like turn against each other, and he actually succeeded in doing that because Iron Man follows Captain America and they actually fight each other, and Bucky is there as well. Bucky loses his arms, Captain America actually almost loses his shield, but then he actually takes his shield and damages Iron Man's artificial heart, and he can't use that suit anymore. He's left there almost dead, but he wasn't dead. That scene was very, very, very emotional, and I don't want to talk a lot. I already said a lot about the movie, but I wanted to share more things. So for example, one of the things that are very important, that was in the end. We by the end have a scene where Black Panther will be the one who will protect Bucky, and he is in Wakanda, and he has some kind of a machine that will help Bucky regain strength and help him not be mind controlled anymore or something like that. So Bucky is safe for now with Black Panther. I'm sorry, I just skipped some parts here and there, but it's very important that I mentioned the airport scene. That is one of my favorite scenes, and also all the drama between all of these characters, the vengeance between all of these characters. And the one thing, if you ask me, and I haven't mentioned, Black Panther actually is helping Bucky by the end. And if you ask me like why is he helping Bucky, he wanted to kill Bucky, but he actually met Zemo and he talked with Zemo. They had this dialogue, and Zemo said, I will kill them by turning them against each other. Vengeance will kill them. And he was full of vengeance. Black Panther was full of vengeance, and he wanted to kill Bucky because of vengeance, because he killed his father. And he was like, okay, I will not do it anymore. I will actually go over it. I will just let it go. And I hope Iron Man will let it go. And also Captain America lied to Iron Man about that because he knew about the incident, but he didn't want to mention it because he was protecting his friend Bucky, but at the same time he was protecting his friend Iron Man. So many details. I'm sorry, this is the first time I'm going in depth into movie because I liked it so much. So basically I think that's it. Nothing else to mention about this movie. I like the ending, I like the cutscene, I mean the after scene, and yeah. If you ask me about my rating, so big plus to the action, big plus to the story, to the drama in the movie, also all the characters getting together. The CGI was amazing, everything was amazing, except that the soundtrack wasn't that much, and we didn't have a lot of focus on what story. We have so many stories, but all of them were mingling into each other, which made perfect sense. Also, you need to know the history of these movies so you can get more in depth about this movie. And I hope to watch it again and see more details into the movie and see more things that I would like to share with you. For now, my rating when it comes to the movie, and I mentioned this already, it's 9 out of 10. I don't give it 10 out of 10 because of the missing things like the ones I mentioned already. Also, I think there is always a place for improvement. And for now, I think for me 9 out of 10 is an amazing score. It's one of the best scores of Marvel movies that I ever gave, and I think I will be sticking to it for really long, and you will not see me giving another movie 9 out of 10 for really long. So yeah, if you haven't seen the movie and you watch this, I feel so sorry for you because I immediately said that at the start of this video, and now I mentioned almost the the whole movie in this, and I didn't expect I will be talking this much. So I'm sorry for sharing a lot and talking a lot. I hope you enjoyed my review. Also, you have so many other reviews from other people who know English better than I do and who remember more things. So yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention. The one-liners are very, very entertaining. Voila to the one-liners in the movie, honestly guys. One of my favorite things, you know. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like. Also subscribe for more reviews. And also, please guys, share it with the community. Share it with people you think would enjoy listening to me and hearing my thoughts and would enjoy the content I make on my channel. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, honestly. Fun goes up. Bye bye.